Hi, Cryptonomics here. This channel is dedicated to discuss cryptonomics, economics, and fundamentals related to cryptocurrency, as well as relevant market trends. Not this what these are my own opinions for entertainment and education. They do not constitute financial advice. Okay, everyone is talking about this most interesting question, like where are we going from here, right? Is price going to rebound from here, or the market is going to continue to be bearish, right? So basically, we have two camps here, right? So you have the bulls who tell you that the wars are over, the liquidations have already happened. Rate hike, well, we know that rate hike is here. It has already been pricing. Things can't get any worse. And on the bear side, we're sharing a different vision. We think that we're still in a bear market. There are still many companies that are not liquidated yet. There are still many hidden risks that is not actually factored in as well, right? And this rate hike is not going away anytime soon. Ukraine war is not going away anytime soon. Liquidation pressure is here. Technicals are just bad. So don't hope for quick price recovery. So we have I think market participants are pretty much divided here. I think we have like more people are bearish. I think like 60% of the market participants are bearish. I think 40% are bullish. That's my rough gauge of the market sentiment, right? How do I feel about it? Right? Well, I'm definitely on the bearish camp, right? I'm inside the bearish camp, right? I think price is going to fall if we look at it long term, right? I always focus on the long term trend. I think long term trend is the most important thing, right? Focusing on the right, focusing on the short term trend, right? You can get it right even if you trade against the market trend, right? But you don't get it right most of the time. Most of the time you get it wrong, and it's very difficult to trade against the market trend, right? So if let's look at the history, right? Let's look at the history. We want to feel the entire market trend. You have to look at the graph. Look at the overall market trend since the inception of Bitcoin, right? Look at the very long-term technical analysis, long-term trend, right? It's very clear. It's very clear, right? So this, I'm not sure what is your background in technical analysis. This is the most bearish chart pattern that I have ever seen, right? If we look at the very, very long term, right? So basically we have two double tops, right? We have two double top. Basically was an uptrend that was terminated by this, right? By this downfall, right? So right now, the next support could be at $10,000, right? We had a prior support of $19,000, but we have already broken past that. Or some say that we actually didn't cross this. We really hit 70K, but we didn't like decisively cross it yet. But I think it's just a matter of time. We are going to to go beyond 20K for sure, and trying to hit the 10K support soon to test it. Okay, I will give my reasons, right, why I think right now from the charts and from the fundamentals is very bearish, right? So you need to have some like background story for the on the development of the charts and as well as the fundamentals to have a clearer picture, right? You want to know where we are going, look at the past and the present, right? So let's look at the bull market charts, right? Let's look at the bull market chart. We could see that Right before February, right? Right before February, actually, market is not really bearish to me, right? Even though we already have the Ukraine war starting, and there is actually talks about the Fed going to raise rates. Yeah, but because previously the charts actually, if you actually know about technical analysis, is still an uptrend. We have higher high and higher low. So you can actually draw two trend lines, right? One trend line is on the 60K level for BTC, the other trend line is on the 30K level BTC, right? You could actually see that the trend line is actually going up at a very gentle gradient. Okay, maybe it's very weak for an uptrend, but at minimum, it's actually a consolidation pattern from 30K BTC to 60K BTC, right? So we could say that market was consolidating between 30K to 60K for BTC price with a moderate or small upward bias, right? But when we are in February and March and April, right? Things start to turn, right? So we have record high inflation figure, 8.6%, and we have the Fed telling us that, oh, we're going to solve the inflation issue, right, for whatever cost that we have to bear. And this is a turning point, right? And at the same time, crypto market has its own problem. A collapse of Luna, collapse of JAC, all the funds that's going bankrupt. So if you look at the fundamental and technical right now, right, it is the most is probably the most bearish chart that I've ever seen, because once you have crossed the 30K support for BTC, before that we have like BTC trading between 30K and 60K. So 30K is an extremely important level. Once you have crossed 30K, it means hell, right? It means hell, because 30K, instead of being the support that we used to have, 30K is actually become a major resistance for Bitcoin price, right? So at best, but I highly doubt so. At best, we could go back to 30K in a few weeks with some sort of, like, say, half-hearted bullish rumor, or some white knights coming to rescue from the crypto market. Maybe it's Sam, maybe it's CZ, who knows? But I don't think they have the resources to do it, to rescue everybody, right? So 30K is like the best we can go up, but on the downside, we still can go 10K, right? 10K. I don't think that we cannot cross even lower than 10K, right? We have been there before, even 3K, even 5K, right? So there is actually no strong support on the downside, right? Because once you have, because 30K used to be an extremely strong support, and the previous high, like 20K and 10K, in my opinion, they are not very strong support, because they are based on price pattern that happened many months ago, right? They are not very strong support for the current analysis. For the current analysis, 30K is a very extremely strong resistance, right? So at the best case, we can go back to 30K, and we probably will fall in price again. And at worst, we can go to 10K or even 5K, right? 5K, 4K and 5K for BTC is probably the liquidation level for MicroStrategy. But some people will say, Bitcoin is a global asset class right now, right? So Bitcoin can never go below 20K. Bitcoin can never go below 10K. Bitcoin can never go below 5K. But the problem with cryptocurrency right now is that actually cryptocurrency do not have a very strong floor in price during a bear market, right? It's different from other asset classes. Other asset classes like gold, like commodity or physical commodity, for example, with the exception of future, of course, physical commodities or gold, they have tangible use value, right? So at least you can use gold for jewelry, you can use silver for industrial use. You need to wheat and rice because somebody will eat them, right? Consume them as a daily necessity. Right? We come to like equity price, stock price. Equity and stock have fundamental book value. Book value. So like a stock is like Warren Buffett often say stock is basically a business, right? So it's a company, it's a business, and when you strip the assets like the machines, the cash in bank, or the stationery, or the cash flow they have, there is some tangible value. So you know that there's a limit on how things can go low, but these restraints are not found in the crypto market. Crypto market when the trend is bullish, they can go to the heaven, right? They can moon, right? They can moon literally because they are infinitely scalable. But during bear market, because there's no actually underlying tangible value. Actually, there's no strong use case for cryptocurrencies. They can go very, very low when the confidence level is low, right? But even for Bitcoin, how much is it worth? Well, you can say that it's a global asset. You can use for cross-border transaction, but people can do that with 3K or 5K BTC prices. So there's actually no need for BTC to trade above 10K or 20K or 30K, for example. Right? So BTC was a good asset class for cross-border transaction, for people getting the money out from one country to another country when it was like 2K BTC, 3K BTC, or 5K BTC, or 10K BTC. BTC don't need to maintain at 20K to function as that. Yeah, so this is a problem for cryptocurrency, is that when bear market hits, they can go really low beyond your imagination. So don't trade against the trend. If you want to wait for the bull market, wait all the dust have already settled, and try to long the market on the way up. Don't try to preempt the correction. It's very painful to preempt the correction, right? Okay, that's my 2 cents. If you like my channel, do subscribe my channel. I share more about cryptocurrency market related news and informations.